I'd really like to think all of the noises are also in the title.
Sorry, Tucker Jarbs.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hope so.
See what I just posted in Skype?
All right.
More like a KBS spy.
Is Big Mama a new character?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Nate, would you like to voice Big Mama?
I keep thinking Big Mama's house.
I'm trying to think of like how Big Mama sounds.
Like this.
Like this.
It just sounds like some southern.
You gotta put like some hussy hermit crab into it.
Oh, I don't think I can do that.
My name's Big Mama. I'm a strong black woman who don't need no man.
I can only tell you
Royal Dundee.
of what I do. It's going to end up like degrading it over the course of the recording.
That's why all of our voices end up fluctuating. I mean, realistically, if we were going to actually try to do this, like semi-well, we would, like try to slow down and pronounce everything correctly and all that. But generally what we do is when I edit this, I just take the version that we screw up on the least, and it turns out to be all right.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. And inevitably, you still will hear like a lot of laughing on the track. Sometimes I'll even leave that in deliberately.
Yeah, I noticed last night I forgot to redo a line which I laughed on. I basically laughed through the entire line. It was something I can't remember. I had like dicks and stuff in it.
There was sometimes that apparently there would be like a section that was I couldn't really hear all that well, and I would actually just kind of like amusingly do like a re-record and just like stick it in, and I was pleased with that result. I wonder if you'll be able to notice some of the areas I did that. Like I think
I think didn't you re-record like the thing about pissing on the concrete?
What?
I think so. The other thing is I re-recorded the, I think I used the Barry White voice for some part, and I ended up re-recording it to sound like some Mexican guy. You ready?
Maybe we should just like get Matt all baked out before we start this.
Bert.
What?
All belt.
Oh, I wasn't burping because I guess I can just make myself
Oh,
burp.
that's right.
You just swallow air and you burp.
That took like 4 or 5 minutes to get through that belch scene.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning it's basically just 4 minutes of us laughing because we are incapable of not laughing at his.
We got really depressed at our inability not to laugh at a belch, like we were 5 years old again or something. But
That's so funny.
Okay. You ready?
mm-hmm.
Hopefully I'm not
Ready.
going to miss anything.
5,
Hopefully you're not too black.
4, 3, 2, 1. Chapter 3. Is this the ultimate male fantasy or what? Chapter 3. Oh man, that's loud. Is this the ultimate male fantasy or what? Let me record that again because that you could barely make it out of the recording. All right. Chapter 3. Is this the ultimate male fantasy or what? Dorothy came groggily back to his senses and noticed a number of alarming things in a gradually lessening haze, like the slow flicking of a deck of picture cards. Alarming thing number 1. The sails, mast, and yardarm had been lifted off them. Who did it? And how? Alarming thing number 2. He had the mother of all headaches. That's probably blood seeping down my forehead. Alarming thing number 3. His both bodies were in the same state he was. His right leg was stretched out at an odd angle. Pretty boy had an ugly slash on his bicep that would leave stitches.
Yeah, but like
Jack was bleeding from a superficial head wound, same as him. Kate was the only one seemingly unscathed. Even his gay-ass cowboy hat was still in place. Alarming thing number 4. Everyone else on the long ship is gone. That included Captain Dick Dickinson, the rowers, and the tourist. How could that be? He shook his head to clear it and had to grit his teeth at the pain. Yep, it was just the 5 of them, and oh my god, how could I not have noticed right away? Their arms were restrained in front with ropes. Alarming thing number 5, and it was the most alarming thing of them all. A group of wild, screeching women surrounded them, brandishing an other assortment of weapons.
no, say put in an odd assortment of kitchen utensils.
Odd assortment of kitchen utensils and rolling pins. Okay, I think I can do this. How does that voice sound on your end? Can you guys like comprehend what it's being said?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
Good. All right. Alarming thing number 5, and it was the most alarming thing of all. A group of wild, screeching fat women sorry.
It's pronounced lesbians.
Dressed in slacks, wearing leather jackets.
An army of Amazonian lesbian cross-dressers. 5. Okay, we can do this.
Bikers.
Alarming thing number 5, and it was the most alarming thing of all. An army of Amazonian cross-dressing lesbians brandishing an odd assortment of kitchen utensils and rolling pins. If he didn't... Yeah.
That's great.
He didn't already have a headache. He would now from their shrill voices and their appearance. Unbelievable! Some wore the traditional attire for a Norsewoman, an ankle-length gunner covered with an open-sided over-the-head cap-length apron held together at the shoulders with brooches. But most of them wore slim pants and overtunics that went to the hip and were belted at the waist. Their clothing didn't come from Fredericks of the Fjords, that was for sure. They looked like Amazons in a bad B movie. Bollywood movie.
Put that in Bollywood instead of a bad B movie.
They looked like Amazons in a stupendous Bollywood movie. And phew, they smell to high heaven. Sort of like wet wool, dung, and oh yeah, as a farm boy from way back, I'd recognize that smell anywhere. Sheep? That would explain the shepherd's frogs that double his lances in some of the... That would...
Put dildos.
that double the taxes in some of their hands.
What?
Okay, pretty boy.
Call me crazy, but are we really surrounded by a couple dozen biking lesbians brandishing cooking ladles?
Pretty boy stared at the women surrounding them, women absurdly trying to appear ferocious. But then Pretty Boy's gaze latched onto one big mama of a woman who was holding a broadsword with two hands. Even Pigman sometimes had trouble managing a broadsword. This Xena woman had to be 6 feet tall, with the shoulders of a linebacker and the waist of a quarterback, although her memories and long legs under the brown tunic and slim pants that woman. Pretty Boy sighed and said,
I think I need a condom.
What?
Just a sec, I'm eating.
Every time he says Max, I think he's saying Mark.
Marx.
Karl Marx. No.
Karl Marx.
Is Cage the guy you used that
I think he's black.
Nigga boys.
That should be Luke Cage from Marvel.
Yo, nigga, is this supposed to be fucking funny? Oh, now I get it. Ha ha, very funny, motherfucker. Your mother has a wooden leg with a kickstand, motherfucker.
Cage was laughing and would have probably jabbed him in the arm or stabbed him if his arms were free.
First this time travel bullshit, and now this? Woohoo, boy, you really punked us good, Ashton Kutcher.
Don't be an idiot. How would I be able to pull this off? A freaking shipwreck. Then this loony died. I'm not that I'm not that good.
You've done dumber stuff,
Jam pointed out.
like the time you talked to President Nixon in the Britannic, you hooker, and luring Cage into a surprise fuck party at the Wet and Wild West.
Next.
That's perfect. I'm gonna stop it for a minute, I think. While we're on this subject, I'm gonna go ahead and save what we have. Chris, would you mind doing that one more time in just a second? That was so brilliant. I want 2 copies.
Alright. You ready?
Just give me a second. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
You've done dumber stuff,
Jam pointed out.
like the time you talked President Nixon into pretending to be a hooker and luring Cage into a surprise fuck party at the Wet and Wild West.
The Wet and Wild West